determination. He needs to be stopped. Perhaps you don't understand the gravity of the situation. This is an interdimensional affair. You have endangered the lives of billions.
I understand the gravity of the situation. This is why I have the job.
I don't think you understand the first thing about interdimensional travel. That briefcase you delivered contains information on a tsunami that happened in another dimension several weeks ago. This is a danger to millions of people. I can't have this. We've had great success with his friend, Mr. Martin. Perhaps it's time Mr. Leonard entered the program. We've had great success with his friend, Mr. Martin. I still listen to the radio a lot, even though only bad things are on it. The people on the radio talk a lot about some lady. I think her name is Stark. She controls most of the water and land that is still safe.
And welcome to the Chaunty Show. I want to introduce you today to Dave Allen, my amazing guest that I have on here with me today. I'm honored. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime, anytime. I just want to know, let's just do this a little bit chronologically. I just want to know, what sparked your interest in acting as a child?
Well, chronologically, I'd say it was when I was in kindergarten. We did like a little concert thing, and I mean, I'm not very musical at all, but when you're 5 years old, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And they gave me a little solo or whatever, and afterwards, the audience applauded for me, probably just because I was adorable or something, but still, that like, hearing the applause, like the accolades that I received from that,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I need to be a performer. And so I started doing community theater really young and got incredible accolades there too, standing ovations and all that stuff. And it just kept me going. It's like, I feel like it's the reason I was born, you know?
Yeah, so like it really drives you, it's your passion.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I've taken time off from it, like a year here and a year there. And it's like, I'm almost empty during those moments, you know? It's like, I'm most fulfilled and like alive, and it just a good feeling, I guess. I don't know.
When you're doing the acting, yeah. Wow. So, what have you been in, like any like, you know, traditional like notable plays like Annie or anything like that in your years of education?
So, the first show I did was Life with Father. I think I was 12 and I played a 6-year-old. And I was all cute and skipping around, and I had like a little sailor outfit and stuff. The next one after that was called Lost in Yonkers, which was like about two brothers in New York, and I was the younger brother, obviously. And that one I got a standing ovation for one of the things I did in it. And then after that, I think the next show was called Babes in Arms, which was musical, but they had a part for me where I didn't have to sing, and I was like the bad guy, I had a southern accent and stuff, and a lot of people couldn't really pull that off, I guess, where we were from, so.
Wow, that's really cool, and you were able to.
Yeah, and I was really young then. I wasn't even in high school yet.
Wow, yeah. Okay, so you live in Vermont, and that's why many people couldn't really pull that off because it's so far, like literally geographically from the south.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, it's it's almost difficult being from Vermont because I mean it's all liberal and artsy and stuff,
Yeah.
but as far as being able to do what I like to do, I really have to travel all around New England.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I still stay there. I'm raising my son there and everything, and I like it. I like my friends and family and everything, but from there, where I go is like all over the place: New York, Rhode Island, Massachusetts all the time, and way up in northern Vermont in Burlington is there's a lot that happens there too.
Wow, wow. Yeah, I do. I have a similar situation where I can relate to the traveling all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, just due to location and stuff, and where the work is, you just
Right.
really have to go to. I mean, that's almost with any, you know, industry related job. I think is you kind of almost have to go, you know, where the work is.
Definitely.
But yeah, definitely in this industry, that's like just the way it goes. So, what school did you go to?
Right out of high school, and this was kind of weird. I mean, my high school class voted me class clown and best actor.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was kind of all that I was about.
Oh wow.
And I auditioned for this school called AMDA in New York City, the American Musical and Dramatic Academy.
Yeah. Great work. That's awesome.
And so I had to audition against thousands of other kids, and they only accepted 200 to the straight up acting program.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know if I was cocky or I just didn't want to do anything else, but I did not have a backup plan. So if I didn't get in, I don't even know what I would have done, but I did get in, so.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's really cool. Congratulations on getting in.
Yeah.
And you had a good time there?
Yeah, I had an awesome
So
time.
it was like in New York State or New York City?
Yeah, in Manhattan.
Wow,
Yep.
Manhattan. So
Yeah.
that's what I figured in Manhattan. That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's a lot of fun. I like that. Were you able to act while you were going to school there, or did school take up most of your time?
Well, yeah, school did take up most of the time, but they also wanted us to not go and audition for other things. They wanted us to just do the scenes and stuff that we had to do for school. So
Craft, just work on your
Yeah.
craft and develop it. Yeah, that's basically always the goal in any acting school, even NYU, you know. So, but anyways, speaking of acting and auditioning for roles, what was your first movie? Because I always find it's really interesting. Like, what was your first film that you've been in? Because that's, you know, where people start off. It's always interesting.
yeah, well, the first film audition I ever did, so I stuck with theater mostly. We did have an acting for film class at AMDA, but I still stuck with theater. I mean, that was what was going on in Vermont as far as I knew. And when they said that I had really evolved as an actor, like my greatest theatrical show, after that, somebody asked me if I ever wanted to be in a movie. And I was like, obviously, you know. And so I went and auditioned for Elixir, which was an independent film. And the only role I could fit for was one of the leads. And the director was like, I'll get back to you Wednesday or Thursday. So Wednesday I didn't hear anything. Thursday I didn't hear anything. So I'm thinking, oh man, I didn't get it. And Friday he sends an email and he starts it out like, oh, thank you so much for coming out. And I'm like, oh, this is a rejection letter.
Oh.
And then it says, and we think you're perfect for one of our leads, Todd. And so that was pretty awesome. To have my first film role be as a lead, that's pretty awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really, really cool. That is so amazing. That's just great. And did you find it difficult, like sort of, you know, transitioning from theater acting, where you sort of have to overact, to like film acting, especially in close-ups where you don't have to add a lot of, you know, facial expression or emotion too much to it?
Yeah, definitely. There was one scene that we had to keep doing over and over because it kept raining when we were trying to shoot it. So by the time we actually got it, I was acting too much. I feel like I was kind of just sick of the scene, you know. So when you watch that, if you watch the whole movie, there's parts that are really good, but that scene I kind of embarrassed myself.
Oh, no.
I didn't look so good. A little bit of overacting, you know.
Yeah.
I think I really did best when... Actually, I know that I always do best as an actor when I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, just let it happen, let it be real.
Yes.
When I think, if I'm trying to remember what my lines are, or trying to think about what am I going to look like on camera, you know, I need to just leave all that stuff aside and just go and let it happen naturally.
Compartmentalize all that stuff, set it aside, so that I'll think about it later, I'll relish this moment later,
Yeah.
and you just got to go right into character.
Exactly.
I understand, like, get your zen, go in the zone, you know, go after it.
Exactly.
So that's really cool. So that's good that you did that, and that's that came out this year, Elixir?
Yeah. It premiered in Burlington, Vermont on May 1st, and 2 weeks ago, I think, I went down and saw it at the New York New Filmmakers Festival in Manhattan again. So
Nice.
That was pretty cool. To see myself on the big screen in New York City was pretty special, you know?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations on
Thanks.
that. I'm happy for you. That's so cool. That's like probably every actor's dream is to have like, you know, an experience like that. That's amazing. So you did some background acting, so you got more experience, and every actor, especially a lot of the A-listers and like celebrities that exist today, all kind of started in background acting, you know, and they had their resumes full of background parts. So it just shows that, you know, you're relaxed in the environment, you're comfortable and familiar with it, so you're probably going to be more in character, more qualified for the position, more ready for lines, most likely. And plus, if you establish a good rapport with the cast and crew, basically everybody's going to want you back.
Yeah.
You know, so that's always a good thing. So that's really cool that you're in a Ben Affleck movie. You know,
Yeah.
that's cool. Did you get to meet him at all?
Yeah,
or?
actually, I did. And then in the scene that I'm in, depending on which take they use, they might see Ben Affleck crash into me. So that's pretty cool.
That'd be really funny.
Yeah.
You know, just some action and you'll be seen. That's cool.
Yeah.
That'd be neat. Hopefully that doesn't end up on the cutting room floor, because
I know.
I always wonder about that too, but I don't think it will. I think, you know, I believe that you did a good job, so,
Yeah.
you know, I'm excited about that and to see you in that, and that everybody is coming out in 2017, so you can enjoy it then in theaters and see more of what, you know, Dave can talk about. Okay, and so moving on to And Then They Came, and that was released this year as well, right? And you played Grant Bolyard. Am I saying that right?
It's Bolyard.
Bolyard, okay.
But yeah, so that's out right now on Vimeo on demand.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 3-part miniseries. Only episode 1 is out right now. And yeah, I was the main character again, and that's probably my favorite thing that I've ever done is play that role. So yeah, there was a lot of emotion with that character. He's a very dramatic guy. He has a lot of stuff going on the inside, and I also was so relaxed during that because the crew I worked with from Espions Films, they were really great, and when I showed up, they treated me like I was some type of star because they were so used to just working with their friends around their community.
Yeah.
This was their biggest project to date so far. And they brought me in and my friend Ken Holmes in, who have the IMDb and have done a bunch of indie stuff.
I love Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were best friends. We're the 2 main characters.
Cool.
And then I was able to reach out and get other actor friends to be involved that also got their IMDb credit for that. And so that was really cool. And they just had so much respect for us and were like honored that we were part of their project.
That's so nice.
And then they also allowed the freedom for us to do what we wanted with the character. They trusted us. And so I just was stress-free the whole time, and I think that that's my strongest performance so far.
That is really, really cool. Like, that is so interesting. And that's so nice that you had such a good experience on set, you know? Yeah. That's cool. And the treatment was different because a lot of actors, you know, that do background or, you know, like you had a bigger role in this, obviously, so you know, you got treated better and these people were awesome, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of, like, background actors complain sometimes that they aren't treated the best, you know?
Yeah.
So it's nice to hear like a positive story about treatment
Yeah,
in the workplace.
definitely.
So that's wonderful. And so your age range on IMDb is 20 to 35. I can totally see that, okay? Because you're dressed up right now, you have a nice suit on, everything in a tie, everything looks good, you know, you're well maintained, and you have good features, and you're like, you know, you look good. So that's a good thing. And I can see you as a younger character in different clothing. You would look younger. But when you're dressed up, I could definitely see like a 35-year-old with like a little scruffy, maybe like 5 o'clock shadow going on, or some facial hair, you know. That would definitely boost you up to the 35 range.
Yeah.
So, do you feel comfortable in those ranges of acting?
Yeah, definitely. And I think I won't say how old I actually am, but I'm older than 19, 20, around there. But when they cast me for that type of part, as opposed to an actual 19-year-old, I have more life experience to bring to the role than a 19-year-old would be able to, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So you can hit every level of maturity that goes on for generally males from 20 to 35, because there's, I mean, we all evolve, females as well, you know, maturity-wise during those years. But that's really cool that you can do that. That's a nice talent to have.
Yeah.
Can you cry on command?
I actually do, and then they came. I had to prepare myself for it and just build it up. But yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is for me too. That's cool. That's a great quality to have.
And also, though, for that, thankfully we didn't do a lot of takes, because you know what? You probably understand this. I don't know about the viewers, but like, to have that real, true emotion to make it happen, it's kind of a one-time thing, you know.
Yeah, or just a few quick takes, you
Right.
know, because you eventually run out of like the
Exactly, yeah.
resource, and it's like, well, I'm done crying about this now.
Right? I'm over it now.
I'm
yeah.
over it. Let's move on. Hopefully, we get the take, you know. So you were also, I'm really interested in the film, since there's sort of like this sort of a I don't know what to call it, but trend going on maybe. It's called Delphi. What is that about?
What is that about? It's about a college that has some conspiracy stuff going on behind the scenes. Unfortunately, with deadlines, they had to shorten the script significantly, so I'm not even certain what the whole story is going to be. But I played a character that was one of the conspirators, a teacher that worked at the school, and so that was pretty fun. It was small. It was just a one-day thing. So
That's cool.
Yep.
That's very cool. And that was with Burlington College, and that was an indie film, and you played the supporting role of Jared.
Yep.
Very nice. I also want to move on to Innocence. Military doctors. So you're a military doctor and a supporting actor. You're like the main antagonist,
Yes.
I
Yep.
believe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's correct. That story is about a guy that comes back from the war and he has PTSD, and
I think I saw that trailer online, I think.
yeah, you might have.
Yeah.
The trailer's on YouTube, and the show itself is on IMDb, like IMDb Video or something like that.
Okay.
It was supposed to be a TV pilot, so the story goes on.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it hasn't been picked up at this point. But my character in that was a doctor that was doing something to the soldiers kind of messed up, and he's running things behind the snes, and then at the same time meeting with the soldier and acting like he's a legit doctor.
Oh
so
my
you
God.
could see two sides of him.
Wow.
And so probably my favorite part of that was when I came in to inject the soldier, the main character, because I just got to like be evil. Not that I'm an evil person in real life, but it's just really fun to play that.
It is
you know?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looked really good too. That one was before I did And Then They Came, so that one was to date my greatest performance. But I think I trumped that when I was in And Then They Came.
Yeah, that's really good. That's great. So that's interesting. I like that whole plot about the military doctors thing, because I don't know why people the networks haven't picked that up yet. You can still shop around. but or whoever is in charge of that can do that. But yeah, that's really interesting. It kind of reminds me. It reminds me of that TV show from back in the day, Gomer Pyle, the military one, the real back in the day one. That's pretty cool. That's really neat. All right, so also, this is just so exciting, you guys. There's so much to go over, and I'm excited about this new season. This is going great so far. It's just different. I'm excited. So, Homeless Security Adoption Center. You played Joe Watson, the lead character, with Champlain College.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was a short film. It was a comedy. It was about this place where you can go to adopt a homeless person to do work for you. And what we needed, me and my wife, we were the two main characters, we needed somebody to watch our goldfish while we went on vacation. And so it was really silly and goofy, and I was extra corny with my character, and so it was fun.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's really neat. That's cool. So like your real life wife was in it with you?
No.
Oh, it was just okay.
She was just
yeah.
my
Okay.
friend Kristen. She we became friends because of that. She was playing my wife in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, that's really cool. Yeah, speaking of family, so you have a son?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yep, he's 7 years old. His name's Jacoby. He's kind of too much like me sometimes. He's a little over the top. He's over dramatic. He's hyperactive. He's really awesome though.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
he
gosh.
loves seeing me on movies and in plays and stuff. He actually thinks I'm more famous than I am.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't understand why I am.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't understand why we're not rich yet.
Yeah.
Because he's like, there's Daddy on the big screen in the movie theater. Like, actually, when we went to see Elixir, when it first came out in May, and he was with me, as soon as they showed me on the screen, because I was one of the main characters, he leaned right over. He must have been only 6 then, and he leaned over and he goes, "You're going to be so rich soon." Yeah.
Oh my gosh, kids say the darndest things. They really, really do. That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh wow. The one-liners that come out of them. They're
Yeah.
like little mini people. They're
Yeah.
really funny. I was talking with my roommate Deb the other day about Oshkosh Bagosh because like we were talking about thrift store shopping and also consignment shops that have that sort of stuff still. And we came across a topic of how they don't manufacture that brand anymore.
Yeah, that's
and when you
weird.
find it, you can only find it in those stores, and it's like really expensive, but it's really well made.
Right.
But, and it's just cute because, like, the outfits they put the kids in back then were so funny. They're, like, little suspenders and stuff
Yeah.
and, like, just little jean things, and they just looked like pants and stuff. Like, they looked like mini people. It was just hilarious.
Yeah,
You
I
just see a little
definitely
mini
wore
person
those.
running around, and you're like, okay. You're really small, and you're just really funny. All right. Okay, so I understand that you've done some All right, I understand that you've done some directing as well.
Yeah. That was for stage only.
Yep.
This was the show I was talking about that happened right before Elixir.
Yeah.
It was 5 one-act plays that kind of were related to each other about patients and psychiatrists.
Mm-hmm.
And so I performed as an actor in the 1st and 5th and the 3rd for stage only.
Yeah.
This was the show I was talking about that happened right before Elixir.
Yeah.
It was 5 one-act plays that kind of were related to each other about patients and psychiatrists.
Mm-hmm.
And so I performed as an actor in the 1st and 5th and the 3rd, and then directed the 4th. And so, I mean, I was the same character in the 1st and 5th,
Yeah.
a psychiatrist that also needed therapy. And then in the 3rd one, I was like a drug addict with a British accent, a failing rock star in Hollywood. And so that was really awesome to be able to do those 3 roles. But then to also direct the 4th one, which I had 2 women characters in, that was just really great. And they were very appreciative of me and everything that I did. And Erica was one of the main characters. Erica James is her name. She was the main character in the one I directed, and I've brought her on to be in a couple of films with me since then. So
That's really cool. That's really neat. Wow. That's cool. I like the whole doctor, psychiatrist, or patient thing where, where the psychiatrist needs therapy.
Yeah.
Psychotherapy with a psychologist. Because I'm really interested, on a side note, in psychiatric nurse practicing, like being a psychiatric nurse practitioner. And I just find that interesting because most psychiatrists and most therapists are licensed social workers or psychologists, whatever they go for in school, do actually have an overseeing therapist. So and you probably, whoever wrote that probably knew that, and you probably know that as well. But just for those of you that may not know, that's the little tidbit. Anyways, not to take up too much time on that. My little tidbit there. So you also do stage combat. So are you stunt trained?
No, that was just one of the things that they taught us at AMDA. It was one of the classes they offered. So we started out, in New York. Yep. Yeah. We started out with basic hand-to-hand combat, punching, taking punches, taking falls and stuff, and then we graduated up to sword fighting, and so that's that's that. I've got in Elixir, I got punched in the face. Not really, obviously. And so, I mean, that was really good. Taking the fall was good, which was weird when you're on the big productions. You see, even when the actor runs, it's not really the actor, you know what I mean? So in the independent industry, you kind of have to do everything yourself. So that was pretty cool. I did hurt myself because I fell on some rocks, but still, it looks legit, so.
Yeah. When I was on a film too, I hurt my leg and I had to keep jumping down from somewhere onto it to keep redoing the scene just to get the shot to make sure we had it, because it's the last day of filming. So I understand your pain. That the struggle's real there. Sometimes is real. It is. Acting is dedication. It's dedication, people. Oh my gosh. So besides acting consuming seemingly most of your time, what do you like to do for hobbies, and what do you have time to do?
Well, I do spend a lot of time with my son. I do have shared custody with his mom, who's also very supportive of me as an actor.
Very good.
Which is cool, yeah.
Yeah.
We stayed friends or whatever. And so I do that. Half of my time is with him. I do have to work a job to maintain finances in between stuff. And I'd like to do a lot of charity work. Actually, I volunteer at a homeless shelter to serve people food and stuff, which it's a little ironic to think about that I was in that homeless security adoption center movie. But I mean, I just like to help people and just give back and try and keep my karma meter up.
Yeah, definitely. Karma meter always needs to be up. Always, moving forward. Doing good deeds, random acts of kindness. Speaking of support, so you have some support from your child's mother, and who else do you consider a part of your support system in terms of your career?
Yeah, so I have a group of core friends. I guess I can name drop them, I guess. I don't know. So, my friends Cody, Sean, Joe, they always came out to my shows, even when they were just tiny little plays. They were always out there. Joe actually came on and was an extra, and then they came. And I mean, these people just keep inspiring me and believing in me. I have a friend, Stacy, who's been coming to my shows since way back. She went with me to see Elixir in New York. My friend Megan used to give me rides when I was having car trouble. She would literally bring me to auditions or to set. And she's been to a couple of my shows. She watches everything that I'm in, and I think she believes in me.
Probably, definitely.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's really could just be anybody. Anybody that knows what I'm doing, hears about me, finds out what I'm doing, sees something that I'm in, just tells me I'm doing good.
That's nice.
Yeah. Everybody's a support, really.
Nice.
Yeah. Everybody's a support, really.
Yeah, that's great. And always stick with the people that are,
Yeah.
Always. That's my little piece of advice. I'm sure you know, though. But, you know, okay. What controversy and difficulties have you come across in acting, and how have you evolved from them?
That is deep.
If any.
I mean, I guess the controversies is not so much related to acting as much as the lack of money and success that I have, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm successful, but
Yeah.
for some reason people believe if you're an actor that you're supposed to be a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a little bit of discouragement when people might think that I'm wasting my time or something.
Mm-hmm.
As far as in plays or in movies, it's actually really gone well. The directors are always... I've only worked with awesome directors, and they're always really cool and supportive and like what I do.
Good.
For plays, I actually get called, and actually this has happened with a couple of films too. I get called and asked to do it. Like,
Nice.
they don't make me audition. They're
Yeah.
like, will you please come be in this? You
Yeah.
know? So,
That's nice.
Yeah.
So you establish a good rapport
yeah.
with many people, so
Right.
you have lots of opportunities coming your way.
Yeah.
Speaking of, what do you have coming up in 2016?
Okay, so in 2016, I'm working as one of the major supporting characters in a web series in Rhode Island called The Chronicles of Hope Man. I just got cast for that the other day.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. This other one, I'm not sure if it's going to be a feature film or a series. It's called Dirty Deeds. I'm in there for a short while as an attorney. That's going to be a little action thing, so that should be fun.
That would be cool to see
Yeah.
you as an attorney. I
Yeah.
can see that right now, yeah.
Yeah, which actually, I mean, my character is also a lawyer in the Hope Man one too, but
Oh, cool.
that's not as important as, like, what he's about and stuff, you know? What his job is isn't really that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. And then something to be really excited about. So the guys from Espions Films who made And Then They Came, that was their biggest project to date. The miniseries, people who have seen it, go ahead and check it out on Vimeo On Demand. Only $5.99. Get all three. Little plug there. So,
Yes.
but that's really good. And now the guys who made that are going to make their first feature film. And they've given me a pretty sweet role in that, too. I'm going to be like a gang leader, little homeboy type, I guess. I mean,
Cool.
if they give me as much freedom as they gave me on And Then They Came, I will be like homeboy, you know?
That'd be really cool to see. You're definitely a character actor.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yep.
That's really neat. Since you're such a character actor, have you had any other classes that you've taken or training? What are your ideals and beliefs on that?
So my belief about that is that just like because we're in New England here, we love the Patriots or whatever. So you know that Tom Brady, during the off season, he's still working out, he's still throwing the football, he's conditioning, he's training at all times. So I feel like as an actor, I can always get better, I can always learn more, and I need to at least keep myself artistically in shape or whatever.
And creative.
Yeah. So I do take a class once a month with Steve Blackwood.
Oh,
He was
yay.
on Days of Our Lives. You
I
know him?
love Steve.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And
He
he's
was.
he's the perfect teacher for me because he's so encouraging and won't allow actors to feel like they're second-class citizens, you know? I mean, he's been through the struggle too,
Yeah.
so he knows how it is, and he's really supportive and just pumps me up and helps me out a lot. So,
And wasn't he on that for 10 years?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's an accomplishment. That's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah. I've taken a class with him and I loved it. I just haven't had time to take one since, but I'm really looking forward to his latest posts that have been around. This is the beginning of December right now. So the beginning of December, his posts about classes, especially in my group Acting Connections and in Hollywood North and Actors Lounge and in the popular New England groups for acting. So,
Well, while we're on the subject, he also, I shared it on my actor page on Facebook, Dave Allen -actor. We did a showcase for the more advanced people in the class, I guess, or whatever. and that was really cool. It was just a live show. We each did a little scene, and so mine is there. It's on YouTube. You can see it.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
All right. What, do we go to Steve Blackwood's account to see it on YouTube?
I would go to my actor page
Okay.
and just
On
scroll
Facebook?
down a little bit. Yeah, on Facebook, because I put the link up there. So
Okay.
Yep.
And I'll put the link to that down below so everybody can see that.
okay, cool.
And also, where else can we find you besides IMDb online? Is there anywhere else? Have you Googled yourself?
Huh?
Have you Googled yourself?
I mean, my name is kind of common, I guess.
Okay.
So if you Google me, I'm like a dead old comedian, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Dave Allen, he was like a big deal comedian back in the day, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that rings the bell right there, that name. So that's cool. So, yeah, is there anything else coming up for you? Or?
I mean, those are pretty much it. I'm working still on this one called Stab 7, which is like a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
But we had to take a break because of difficulties with costumes and stuff.
Mm.
So it was supposed to be released this Halloween, and instead it's being pushed back to next Halloween.
Yeah, that's fine. And it'll still come out.
Yeah.
And everyone will have time to make it, as high quality as it needs to be. That's good. I'm excited to see that as well.
Yeah.
You have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
See, I knew you were interesting. Your headshot said it all, and so did your IMDb. I was like, I gotta, have this guy on the show. It would be great to showcase him and, just do it like a symbiotic type of thing here and just make a wonderful show and really focus on you.
Nice.
So it's been great having you here. I really appreciate it. I think it's been about 44 minutes. Wow. So this is a little bit longer of an interview. You got to see, because this is the beginning of the new season, so you got a special little charm gem for yourself here, a little bit longer of an episode. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I have had fun recording it so far and interviewing and everything. So, I wish you luck with everything you do. I know you're going to do great.
Thank you.
That's, you've done amazing so far. That's really, really cool. And it's been wonderful learning about you and an honor to have you here today.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. See you soon. All right. See you guys soon, too. Take care, everybody. Bye.